Hey, so as you know, I'm looking for a private business to start my serial acquirer journey. The first business is so important. And I think I found my first business. Well, I thought I found my first business. Let me explain. So, the first business I found was through a broker. It was advertised as around 20, 25 hours per week, simple business, repeat customers. Okay, that's pretty attractive, well written by the broker, good copywriting. This is what the business was. It was a food packaging distributor. At first, this caught my eye because it was simple to understand. The business buys pallets of food packaging stuff from the big wholesale importers. They pack it into small sizes and then deliver it to cafes, restaurants, takeaway food places, stuff like that. Now, I was quite familiar with this idea from studying McFarlane Group PLC on the London Stock Exchange. So I'm really glad my public market investing analysis is translating over into the private market world. Very similar. And by the way, I still have most of my investments in public companies. That's my savings account. I use Interactive Brokers for this. Link in description. Safest broker in the world. We already take enough risk, so best to be safe with the Interactive Brokers. Yeah, link in description. Things that I saw that were interesting in this business were, see, cafes pay quite big rents. So they don't want to waste the limited space that they have with buying bulk takeaway packaging. So they rely on local distributors to deliver a week's worth of stuff all in one order, but it can only be about a week's worth of stuff. They can't store things for months and months because they can't use the space. So cafes, they also have almost zero time. So how are they going to go to the shops and get the stuff that they need and bring it back and do that every week? No chance. This is a massive problem for them. You need packaging distributors to cafes. Very important. The customers are actually pretty sticky. As long as the cafe is in business, they're going to use this service. So they have far bigger things to worry about, like the staff not showing up, getting the food quality to be good, cleaning, opening, closing hours, doing the books. They aren't going to change a small cost like the food packaging as long as the quality of the products that you're providing is good. So you don't want to have any broken plastic bags or cups that are too hot to hold. And if the service is reliable each week, the customer isn't changing. This is also a perfect business. I thought my dad could even run this business. He would love organizing a warehouse, doing deliveries, being reliable. I think that would be perfect for him. He'd be a great employee. Plus, he probably could work for peanuts because he doesn't care about the money. He has plenty in his retirement. So, yeah, I was thinking about that too. I'm like, oh, yeah, my dad would. This would be good for him. It's like it's in a really nice area of Australia. It's like near the beach and stuff. It's yeah, I was like, this has got a lot of things going for it. I can see this one. And I found out a lot of this information by calling up what I did was, this might be a bit strange. I called up the exact same business, but over on the other side of the country. So I just Googled online for like food packaging distributors and then picked like a random small town, like a random city on the other side of the country. And I found that it was obviously a family run operation because there was just like a mobile number on the website. And it went directly through to the owner when I called it. And I just straight up told him what I was thinking, that I was looking at possibly getting into the business on the other side of the country and whether he thinks it's a good idea or not. His name was Pete. He was gold. He had some great insights into the industry, how it all works, how to be great at it, things like that. Pete had even written a book called The Sardine That Ate a Shark. Yeah, this guy was full of gold. So that was just complete fluke, but I think that's a really good thing that I'm going to use in the future is call up somebody in another country or another part of someone who's definitely not going to be a competitor, but who does the exact same thing. And just talk to them. Just be honest. Just say, "Hey, look, I'm looking to get into this thing. Can you help me? Like, what am I gonna hate about this thing?" Yeah. Anyway, a lot of gold came out of that, but there were some cons. Let me explain. So competitors are still a big threat in this space, as I found there was actually one on the same street with a far bigger web presence, far bigger operation, and had great customer service. I had kind of tested them out a little bit by calling them and having a chat to them. They had far better prices. They had good quality products. They were doing a lot of things right. They were literally on the same like warehouse area in the same district, servicing the exact same clientele. So if they even started to do any outreach, like cold call sales to my future potential customers that I had, they would actually be able to undercut our margins, and I think they'd be able to poach customers. There was a big threat there. That was just one of the competitors I saw. There was other competitors too that were in the space. And the next one were cafes. According to the guy on the other side of the country, he said that cafes are just not great customers to deal with. They're always stressed. The chefs are always changing. People are always changing there. They're already on tight margins, so increasing prices consistently would be tricky, as they could look around and see better prices from competitors. But the thing that put me off the most in this situation was actually the broker. He was really pushy. He was overly aggressive. He was arrogant about how good he thought the business was. He was way too confident. Look, maybe it was a great business, but I hate being rushed into a decision. Maybe I needed to be rushed into this, as he might have been correct that there were other people making offers and I needed to act fast. But that actually drove me the other way. And that probably works for him. I really didn't enjoy talking to him though. So it really just put me off, put me on the back foot anyway. So I did think a little bit about it. I'm like, okay, look, he's the broker. He's not going to be part of the business in the end, like after a period of time anyway. But yeah, it was the first business I looked at. So the cons of this business, especially the competitive nature of the space, just turned me off enough. It just didn't feel like it was niche enough, I think, was probably the issue with this one. So yeah, it ticked many boxes. I didn't feel comfortable with the price that they were offering as well. I thought it was a little high. It just didn't fit right, especially with the broker. The broker really turned me off. I can't stress that enough. So anyway, the first business was now behind me, and I started to make my list of the types of businesses that I might like. I will share that list of ideas and business niches that I'm getting more and more familiar with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little story. I'm getting better and better at this as I go. I will keep sharing stories as I have them. Yeah. All right. I hope you're enjoying the private business direction this is going. I'll see you in the next video.